and good another live right here on the Iconic Advisor page, which is found on YouTube, and for those of you on Instagram. My internet quality seems a little poor today on Instagram. I hope I'll be able to go through with you getting the valid information that I'm about to share here. Now, as the caption says on YouTube, 8.3%, and you're probably wondering what that is. But before I get into that, welcome everybody. For those of you who watch Sunday after Sunday, I want to thank you for your support. And for those of you who have subscribed to the channel, thank you. I think I'm at 120 now. I want to remind you to share with your family and your friends, encourage them to watch and also to subscribe. Those of you who may be joining for the very first time, hi K Royalty. Thank you for joining in on IG. For those of you who may be joining in for the first time, I am Shirley Clark. I am a licensed financial advisor with the Financial Services Commission right here in the beautiful island of Jamaica. So I'm licensed to do life insurance, health insurance, pension, some aspect of investment, and of course, critical illness coverage insurance. Now, my responsibility is to help my clients, achieve those dreams and those goals through proper financial planning, and of course recommend the instruments that are going to help you to do so. Now, as the caption says on YouTube, those of you who are on Instagram, hi Denise, welcome, thank you for joining in. Won't be able to see that, but normally when I have a guest, I would invite you to jump on so you could ask a question, but today I'm alone, so the talk is going to be about 15 to 20 minutes, of course. And it's 8.3%, and that is where inflation is. And it is a concern for all because in the inflation is up, but our paychecks are probably half of that, 4%, 2% for some. There's no increase really. And we're encouraging persons to still get their insurance, still get the investment, still get the savings on. And how that is going to be achieved is that we will have to do some adjustment as it relates to the money that is coming in and the money that is going out. How is it that we're spending? We're going to have to, the big B word, as in budget. So budgeting, I would say put pen to paper. Don't just spend and you don't know where the money is going. You're going to have to document so you're able to manage, you're able to control what is it that you're spending. I have spoken about budget many times on the channel, but we can't get tired of talking about budget because it is necessary. Hi Paula, thank you on YouTube. Thank you for being here. You can also go ahead and share. And budgeting, I have shared the spreadsheet with a couple persons. And for those of you who would like to, hi Torin 876, thank you for joining in. And for those of you who would want to acquire that spreadsheet, it is necessary. All streams of income you can document on that spreadsheet, and your recurring expenses, so your utilities, your food, some people for travel, touring, groceries, whatever it is that you have to be spending on a monthly basis, your clothing, everything, you're going to be adding to that. And then you're going to be seeing where your deficits are or your surplus. You can add in your insurance, your investments, the NIS, and the various taxes have been calculated already, so you wouldn't have to think about that. But for those of you in the US, we can do the adjustments where that is concerned. So if it is that, okay, you're not in Excel savvy or computer savvy or whatever the case may be, your good old book and pencil can work. You have your two columns, one say income, one say expenses, and you're able to differentiate, and then you're able to see what you need to spend less on. Because we're going to have to be doing some adjustment with inflation at 8.3%. This is the all-time high that it has been. And if we think things are difficult now and hard, it is going to get harder. And in that getting harder, for those of you who are earning more, kudos to you. And some of us are going to have to add some multiple streams of income. We're going to have to be doing something, well, it's just selling on the side. And I've heard of instances where people who work in the US have personal assistants living in Jamaica, or persons earning from home, doing personal assistant jobs. So you're going to have to probably source so you can earn more. So, of course, manage what is happening now, because look at gas prices, all-time high. Everything, if you used to spend $10,000 in the supermarket for a certain amount of items, that has been doubled, and in some cases tripled, $20,000, $30,000. And of course, guys, I'm going to encourage you to start the sinking fund. And if you haven't started the sinking fund, you have to start it now. And that fund, of course, and your emergency fund, the sinking fund, now you're going to use that for your vacations. The washing machine stopped working, you can go ahead and purchase one. The car need a repair. And of course, based on the experience that we have had with COVID 19, that some persons are out of a job or have lost hours for the past 2 years, has been strenuous. And all of us have experienced similar challenges. And if it is that we're going to make it work, we have to do some adjustments when it comes to our finances, because we need to have our insurance. We need to have our critical illness coverage, because if those eventualities should occur, if this pandemic has caused such a strain on your finances, can you imagine an illness, a disability, a diagnosis, or even death? How is it that the family is going to be able to function after that has been occurred? No, welcome. Kismo is a Skismo's Pastries. Thank you for joining in. You can go ahead and share the live. No, there are persons who may say that, how do I manage impulse buying, internet, the things are on sale. And for me, I get away sometimes on these online shopping, because I buy and sell. So even if it is that I'm going to buy an item for myself, I am disciplined to know that if I'm buying 10 items, out of that 10, only one can be for me, which would probably be my a little out of my profit. But you can't go on this shopping spree. And where are you shopping to go, guys? We're on a lockdown. If it is that you're not going away, why you're buying these things? And on the other point of buying, do not buy things that are trendy. Because if you buy things that are trendy, when this pandemic is over, and if you're the trendy type, then you're going to be out of style, and you're not going to be wanting that, and you're going to be buying again. So you want to buy pieces that are can last a lifetime, can last what there's a word for them. The word is not coming to me now, but the priceless, timeless pieces that can be alternated with other outfits, even if you have a one and two trendy piece. But it should not be that every style that comes in and color, that you are a part of it, that a year from now or the next season you're out of style and you have to keep buying. Buy pieces that are going to last. Buy shoes that can be worn with more than one outfit. Handbags the same, because if we have too much shoes and handbags, they normally tend to dry rot, and sometimes even when you keep them in the boxes. So you want to make sure that you're spending wisely. As it relates to credit card, I would encourage persons who are not able to manage your credit cards, and if you don't understand the credit card 30-day cycle, and if you're paying interest, then I would say to you, get a debit credit instead if you have to purchase online. Credit card is a loan, guys. It's money that is not yours. Once you spend it, you have to pay it back. And if you don't understand the cycle, that whenever it is, let's say you have a credit card, for example, with $100,000, and you spend $50,000, and they say that you must pay the minimum at the statement date, and you pay $10,000. Do you know how much the interest is calculated on? Not on what is owed, but the entire $100,000. So it is in your best interest that if it is that you're going to purchase an item for $50,000, that you watch the 30-day cycle, that you purchase that item after the statement date. So it gives you a clear 30 days. So at payday, you're able to pay off that $50,000, so you don't pay any interest. Now, if it is that you're rack up on a credit card bill, did you know that you can go into your financial institution and speak to them of how you're going to move forward in terms of paying off the card. And I would suggest after you pay off the card, get rid of it. Get a debit credit instead. And that is your money. You spend it when you have it, and you don't spend it when you don't have it. And I would encourage anybody to be using credit card to buy lunch. If it is that is, let's say you're doing monthly shopping, or you buy and sell stuff, and you know that you'll be able to pay that back, that money at the end of your sale or payday, then you can do so. Debit, credit. I had a credit card, and it's based on experience. I have not been perfect with my handling my finances or even making decisions in terms of investment. I had a credit card and tore them and wrap them up, and I canceled one. And then I decided that, I'm going to keep the other one. And I realized that I'm making the same mistake. So I decided to speak to the bank. How can I now stop the bleeding? How can I now pay off this card and pay more than the minimum so I can complete paying off the card in a year? And after paying off the card, I got rid of the card because I am not managing a credit card properly. Because you get carried away, you have it, so you spend it, and it is a loan. No matter how it is stated and placed, it is not your money. It has to be paid back. You want to make sure that you're monitoring your finances, because even in Jamaica now, the credit bureau is necessary. If your credit is bad, you can't do any, and sometimes last 7 years, depending on how the relationship is. And if you're not sure of your status, you can go into the credit bureau, get a print off, and understand. And sometimes you have paid off a loan and it was not clear from there. Get those things cleared up, so in the future, you know that you can do other business where that is concerned as it relates to your credit. Now, in a pandemic plus inflation at a high of 8.3%, can I achieve any of my financial dreams and goals? And yes, you can. You don't have to start with an exorbitant amount. And for those of you who are thinking of doing even stocks, purchasing when APOs are out or IPOs are out, what you need to do is to start a consistent saving. So whether it is that you're going to start with 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, and 30,000 a month, then you're going to be putting that fund aside. So when those opportunities arise, that you're in a better position to do so. You want to make sure that you're building that portfolio and you're not placing all of your money in one basket, but you have different streams of income coming in. Real estate is another way to do so. So you can be saving towards purchasing a property or a house that you're able to sell back maybe in a couple of years for more money, or if it's a house, then you're able to rent that property for income. There are many ways to be earning. We're not going to say all of them are easy, but you have to start somehow. And with what is happening, I don't see it getting any better. So we can't sit around and complain that things are increasing and life is getting hard, and yet still we're not putting things in place to make life a little bit easier and comfortable, and to place that generational wealth for our family and for our family and for our children, that is, I'm saying friends, that we want to leave that wealth. So you want to make sure that you start. Did you know, for the Jamaicans on the line, that NIS is the foundation for financial planning? So you start with your pension. And I can tell you, my first son is 15 years old. And as soon as he gets to 18, without a job, because he will still be in university, that he is going to be contributing to his pension, NS fund, which is also pension. For those of you who didn't know, even $100, you start them with consistent savings so they get an idea of what it is to start contributing to a pension fund. And when they start working and can go on to a pension scheme, whether it is that he's self-employed or he's employed, that he can have his pension starting at that age. Pension should not start when you start working at 18 years old. Can you imagine that amount being accumulated at the age of 60 or 65 or 70, whenever it is that you choose to retire? That would be a large sum. Of course, guys, for those of you who are employed to companies here in Jamaica and the superannuation fund is going to be winding up, I'm encouraging you guys. I cannot emphasize it enough. Do not take that money. Transfer your pension fund to another fund to an approved retirement scheme where you can avoid paying that 25% tax. Think of you getting $20 million for your pension fund and 25% comes out. That tells me that is going to be about $5 million. Can you imagine? And you cannot claim back that $5 million. So you want to make sure that you understand the superannuation fund, and when it comes to the legislation, the laws, are you entitled to early retirement? What are the rules as it relates to you taking the lump sum? Or is it that, can I put my lump sum in a superannuation fund? Can I get all of the fund that is being offered even from the company to be invested in a company like my company, so I can apply for early retirement and get some lump sum, and then at retirement I can purchase an annuity to create a lifetime income? You want to make sure that you're maximizing on all the areas that you can earn more money and earn more money on what is it that you have. Now, for our farmers and our fisher folks, for if you're not online, and for those of you who are aware or acquainted with them, the AgriCare insurance is open again until the end of November. You're able, so the farmers and fisher folks and JAS members, you're able to insure yourself. You can get health insurance up to age 75. Your employees, your spouse or your spouse and your dependents, you can get life insurance, group life insurance, critical illness coverage, and personal accident, a package without evidence of insurability. It does not get better than that. You're allowed to pay quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. As it relates to our parents now and guardians, your children, the school companion is open also until I'm hoping December. So for those of you who may have a plan, and because of budgeting again that we're speaking about, that to have a group thing with your family, it is a little expensive. So the highest tier for the card for the school companion is $14,000 something. It hasn't reached 15,000 yet, and it's per year. Mirrors a regular individual card with your doctor's visit, hospital, there are diagnostic tests on it, x-rays, MRI, dental and optical combined, myriads of stuff. And for those of you who are interested, just inbox me, whether DM me on Instagram, you can message me on the YouTube channel, or on Facebook, Shernet Higgins Clark. Same thing for LinkedIn and well, I was going to say Instagram, Icon Insurance, for those of you with a Z who are on the YouTube channel. And of course, you can get my number once you message me, and we can have that conversation. So my few words to you today, so you can take your contribution only. The contribution, the contribution, you can get your contribution and the company's portion, or there is another surplus, depending on, again, not all plans are the same. It depends on the company and what was offered in the rules of your handbook. Now, for persons who are not yet insured, have not done a health insurance, life insurance, pension, investment, you can contact me here. We'll have the conversation. We'll decide what the dreams and the goals are. What is it that you're trying to achieve? And we can basically go through what is there for you. Again, I can be contacted here. As it relates to us doing the multiple streams of income, guys, there are many things that we can do. Our passion, since COVID-19, I'm telling you, a lot of persons have become self-employed, and they're doing great in terms of earnings, not just doing something because they love it, but they are earning. And you might be saying that there's nothing I can do. Search the internet, man. There's must be something, or talk to family and friends and see what is out there that you can do to be earning, and to make sure that of that earning. And can I give you another tip? If you were earning 100,000 and you're earning 130,000, you were managing with that 100,000. That 30,000 needs to be invested. You need to be saving that 30,000 because you were managing without it before. And that is the mentality that we have. We are earning 500,000 and we are broke every month. We're earning 100,000 and we are broke every month because we're not documenting when the money is coming in and budgeting and see where the money is going. And where the money is going, sometimes we can do adjustments so we can save more. If we're practicing those things in terms of achieving the goals through discipline and proper planning, I don't see where we can't achieve the goals, even small steps. So don't think of it that I need to be saving a big chunk to achieve this goal. Start with small steps and the discipline, and you will get there eventually. I want to thank everyone once again for joining me this and every Sunday, those on YouTube, those on Instagram. Remember to observe the protocols, the washing of the hands, wearing of the mask, watching your distance, and of course, topping up on your vitamins and your minerals. And just take care of yourself and your family. Remember, guys, to walk good. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Yes, I so do intend to. Bye.